So again, maybe it's going to be useful for the JavaScript when we do the scripting to know where to place it and what to do. But other than that, you won't be tested on the tags or what this section does. You'll need to know about style sheets and you'll need to know what they do, but I don't think you'll need to reproduce them. They are quite difficult. If you take a look at the books in my room, they are thick and contain a lot of commands and a lot of very, very difficult methods to actually format and style up pages. And the reason why they're difficult in styling up pages is because we do not know which device any of these are going to be displayed upon. I mean, at the moment we're playing with a computer, which is fine, but maybe an Apple Watch might be a completely different thing altogether. And we are breaking down our program, we're modularizing our program by taking the data away from the code and dealing with it separately. So in other words, I'm not trying to put everything in a tag and then I would have 1,000 lines to go through if I wanted to change something. I'm just changing it in one place. So for example, I might want the body. So every body tag, I might want to have a style attached to it. If you remember, the style was in quote marks when we did it in the tag, but if we're using a style sheet, and this is a style sheet, between the styles we use the curly braces, and then we just use the same sort of words. So background color, let's have it back at powder blue, and put a semicolon at the end, and that is absolutely necessary for style sheets. So you need curly braces, you need the property, a colon, the value, and a semicolon. And you need the semicolon. Rather like programming languages, this separates out statements, so we could have more than one item in here. But for the time being, we're just going to leave one item. I'm going to save that and refresh my page, and hopefully, yep, there we go, it's gone powder blue. So if I want to change anything, so let's have a look at the table next. So I'm going to style up the table, and I'm going to have the background colour of that to be yellow, which is what we did. Background colour yellow. Save that, and when I refresh it, there you go, I've applied the style. But I didn't do it in the tag, I did it at the top of the page, instruction to the browser, and a nice area where I know I can just change things. Now, these TDs, at the moment I've just dealt with body and table, which were single tags. But I've got 3 TDs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to style up my TD. So, and a TD is a cell. And I'm going to have the background colour of that, I don't know, pink or something. Let's see if pink works. Whoops, that's the square ones. Background colour. Let's see if I've got pink. I'll change it to lime if I haven't. So there you go. But I've got 3 of them. There we go. And that has now changed the background colour of each one of those as pink. Now with style sheets, as I've said, I don't want to teach you too much. I'll let you go figure out if you want to write web pages, or if we need to write web pages, I'll come back to it. But there are methods of sort of naming each one of these. So I can also give this a sort of an ID equals 1, and the ID of the second one may be equal to 2, along those lines, and then I can just style the individual IDs. So I could make that one lime, that one pink, that one red if I needed to. as well as specifying a table definition up here. So basically what I do in the tags is give it a name so that I can refer to it later on. So that's an internal style sheet because it lives inside the web page that we're dealing with. So let's save that and refresh. And although it's used, it's not very popular. We would tend to have an external style sheet, a file on its own, so that all of our web pages can just use exactly the same style. So I will demonstrate that to you in the next video.